If the last few years have taught us anything, it's the importance of being financially prepared. And there is never a better time than now to set goals so that you can achieve a financially bright and healthy year. So let's jump right in with 5 simple, practical actions that you can take to help build the financial framework habits to make this your best financial year yet. So first up, I would say know where your money is going. The first step really is to take a close look at your overall financial situation. You won't be able to move forward if you don't know where you're starting from. So one way to do this is to look at the last couple of months' transaction history on your bank and your credit card statements and make a note down of all of your outgoings. Now, this will give you a clear picture, hopefully, of where your money is being spent. And even for those of us who are used to operating on a budget, this can be quite an eye-opening exercise to do, and it really shouldn't be underestimated. Next up, take stock of all of your current assets and your liabilities, and then choose simple and attainable financial goals for yourself to accomplish throughout this year. Now, the SMART method can be really helpful here in goal planning, but be really specific about your plan in terms of numbers and the dates by when you'd like to achieve them. Removing unnecessary expenses from your budget is also really helpful for meeting nearly any financial goal. Identify recurring expenses that you can eliminate or that you can cut back on. What about that Microsoft Office software package that you bought 10 years ago but you're still paying for? Or it could be managing other expenses. What about instead of getting coffee every day on your way to work, why not reduce this to just 3 times a week? And don't forget, cancel or pause any unused subscription services or memberships. This one really can add up. Increasing your savings may be something else that you'd like to consider for you and your family. Short term, you could look to do that in vehicles such as savings accounts or cash ISAs, or you may want to think about your longer term goals and increase your pension and your retirement contributions. One way to do this is you could think that, what about increasing my contributions to 20% of my income by June the 30th, keeping that specific and measurable. Now, the beginning of the year can also be a great time to tackle some more complex financial goals, like completing your will or getting a lasting power of attorney sorted if you haven't already done so. I cannot make a strong enough suggestion for why. Why? Well, setting a financial goal, that bit can sometimes be the easy part, but unless we tap into the why or the desire behind the goal, it will be much harder to keep focused and to accomplish it. If you don't want your financial goals to end up like failed New Year's resolutions, we always recommend that you create a realistic plan that will then allow you to accomplish those goals. For example, your goal shouldn't really be to just retire on as much money as possible, but really contain a focus on the why. What's the reason behind this? Maybe you could reframe it along the lines of, I'm looking to save more money for my retirement because when my father retired, he didn't have enough money to be able to do the things that he wanted or to go away on holiday regularly. I want the feeling of financial security for me and my family so that we can live the life that we dream of without any worry. Now, knowing your why will go a long way towards keeping you motivated to complete your goals. We can all testify that life never pans out quite as we plan or expect. Having your goals and plans in place is a huge part of making sure that you have the best chance of achieving them. But it's also crucial to consider how you might want to protect these goals in the event of the unplanned happening. For a young family, making sure that the household income continues in the event of long-term sickness or death of one of the earners could be life-changing. Have you thought about what income or what capital that you might need to ensure that your lifestyle is sustained if this situation were to play out? Making sure that you have the right level of life insurance, income protection, or critical illness is a really important part of helping you secure your goals. Now, if you're unsure what you might need, why not use our income expenditure tool to help you work out what items in your budget would need to be maintained in the event of death or long-term sickness, or what items you could remove from that. Replacing an income or providing a lump sum to pay off debts could be so critical in such situations. How can you stay accountable? Well, we often suggest to our clients that they regularly set up check-ins for themselves to keep them on track. Maybe a monthly or a quarterly financial date with an accountability partner where you go over all of your finances with them will be helpful. It could be a good opportunity to not only track your finances, but also compare where you are now compared to the previous quarter. It keeps you accountable and it keeps the momentum going to help you achieve your goals. And don't delay. The one thing we hear clients say to us is that they wish that they had started saving sooner, but it's never too late to start. Just a simple calculation can just show you this. If you were looking to build a pot, for example, of £100,000, and you allowed yourself 30 years to get there, you could get there by saving £1,500 a year. Now, if you delayed this and only started halfway through this period, the cost would increase to actually about £4,600 a year instead. Now, I should say in both of these examples, I've assumed the same growth rate on the investment, but what a difference. So really, there is no time like the present to start saving for whatever your goal is. Well, hopefully you find these 5 actions helpful as you work towards your financial goals. And don't forget, things can happen along the way, both good and bad. So be open to adapting as you go. And do make sure that you celebrate the wins too. Each step is a step closer to your goals. Good luck.